Welcome into the doors of psychic experience and star people. Thank you for tuning in. Ask and you will be given what you asked for. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened. For everyone who asks receives. Anyone who seeks finds. If only you will knock, the door will open, and the truth within your higher self will be revealed to you. Come with us now and go with us where angels come, and so can you.
Hello, welcome to our show, Psychic Experience at Star People. I'm the host, Reverend Doris, also co-producer and production writer. The church is sponsoring its First Baptist Church, 1 block south of University Avenue in San Diego in City Heights area. And I will give you the phone number at the end of the show. We have a lot of very interesting guests, and tonight we're going to show a video, so I'm not going to say as much as I normally do. But I would like to introduce you to our guest. We have 2 guests, Alma Guthrie, who's sitting next to me, and James Kluge, who's sitting next to her. I'm going to read a little bit here about what Alma does, so that you'll know where she's coming from. And James was on a previous show of ours, and you'll recognize him, what he's going to say. Alma Guthrie has been our guest before in 2010 and spoke about star people, crystals, stars, indigo, and rainbow children. Alma is a contactee, abductee, UFO researcher, and a spiritual psychic counselor. Starting in 1987, she has gone public in Mexico and the U.S., as well as a guest on radio programs. She owned a business in Chula Vista called UFOs and OVNIS Center in the late 1990s. She was a founder for New Era, a metaphysical institute, and has had spiritual cosmic groups since 1987. Now it has been renamed as Stargate 2012 and beyond. And there are several YouTube videos out there that James Kluge has produced for her to educate the public of the ET presence and their agendas, messages, and warnings for humanity. Alma is now the director for a well-known UFO organization established since 1987 here in San Diego. And James Kluge is her assistant director. She is back as our guest speaker to add additional information to a topic that was given by James recently on our TV show, who is also a past guest with that. The subject was on a paranormal level. The entity that James Kluge, an astrologer and Kabbalah author, accidentally captured on one of his YouTube videos that he made for Alma Guthrie. This was channeled information regarding the Bible code when this paranormal entity appeared. Alma is here to explain what did occur. The public now will view once more the video of the entity in regular motion, then slow motion, and then the channeled information will follow, given by Alma Guthrie regarding this entity. We're now going to show that video. Just give us a second here and we will start the video.
Tell them what they're going to see.
I would like to explain briefly. What you're going to see is a slow motion, regular motion of the entity that appeared while James Kluge was videotaping for me when I was in a trance state. So the next part will be the channeled information, answering the question of who this entity is. So watch closely.
Go ahead and roll the tape if you want.
Meetup.
Here we go.
Not to meetup.com, but you go to the Stargate 2012
You got your hat on.
and beyond, and then /meetup.com, and it should take you right there in the Google engine. Just go to the
I
search
think you're
engine on
talking
Google,
very
and you'll get some
softly.
really pertinent information on the Bible code, and the rest is history. So, okay, we'll have to stop this here.
I would like to ask a question. Who are we speaking to?
Carlos.
I'd like to ask a question about an entity that was in my house. My name is James. And there was an entity in my house, and I was wondering if you could elaborate on what type of entity that was and what his purpose was.
Tú eres el hombre, Jaime, el compañero de este vehículo. You are companion of this vehicle. Is this not so?
Yes.
And you captured on your videos, cameras, while filming the Bible code as it is on this table. This is the Bible code, the countdown. Were you not filming the Bible code?
I was filming Alma
Regarding the Bible
regarding
code.
the Bible code, yeah.
This entity that was present did not want this information and influenced you mentally so you would not go through to place this to the public. But he had no power over you. You have a radiant light that protects you around your aura. But he tried on many occasions, did not succeed, and will not succeed. The light of truth will continue. This is an interdimensional being, or you call them extraterrestrial, not of this earth. They come and they go from various vortexes, and one was opened in your office. It enters and leaves, but can do you no harm. These interdimensional entities are as what you would call energy vampires. They take away the energies of the human souls and of the physical bodies and of the minds to confuse the human race and affect your thoughts, your behavior, your actions, where you would do wrong or hurt or cause pain. They live of negative vibrations, thoughts, and actions and deeds. This is where they gain the power. They influence the majority of the population of this planet, but they are not demons. They are separate from the demonic kingdom. They are living, interdimensional, multidimensional beings outside of this earth plane frequency of third-dimensional life existence. But they are real. They are not these shadow beings as much of this video movies that you so call your internet information systems is portraying these to be. They have not this proof of what these shadow beings are. But these are not shadow beings, nor are they ghost spirits. These are living beings, multi-interdimensional, that are here by the millions on the planet affecting the human race as the demons of the demonic sector and realms of the Luciferian forces exist, but they are separate. These are extraterrestrial. These are interdimensional, multidimensional beings, real, and have form. They have mass, not spirits and not shadow entities. This belongs to another realm of existence. And yes, they do affect the populace of this planet. Therefore, the human race must be aware to guard your thoughts and always have love in your hearts and wish well unto others and respect all your brothers and sisters in your differences and in your belief systems. For you are all one race, and you all belong to this one planet, your Mother Earth. And you all, as a collective human race, are one and will evolve as a human race and as a planet. As the transition and the transformation of this planet is now going through, as you have now then foreseen this, beginning in Japan and will then follow as a domino effect throughout different sectors of your planet, awakening the consciousness of the human race to acknowledge you are all one humanity. Protect thy Mother Earth. These beings exist, so do these demons from the Luciferian forces. But the angelic realms are greater in numbers and in legions of light, angels, legions of light, and they shall triumph. A new world will be upon in the new horizon. Blessings, my brother. Is this the information you needed?
Yes, thank you very much.
This is so.
Thank you. That was very powerful.
Very powerful message.
Can I ask you some questions then?
Yes.
Can you tell the audience how you felt when you first saw the paranormal entity that was captured on video? And what was James' reaction? James sitting right next door here.
Yes. When he called me on the telephone, when he saw the entity, and I was doing some spiritual work in my home, he came over with his laptop and showed it to us. And I immediately saw the entity and recognized the entity as others that I have seen before. I have experienced them.
Okay.
I was shocked, and this was his first experience with this entity.
I've had experience with entities myself, but I won't go into it.
Yes.
Have you, Alma, personally ever seen these types of entities? If yes, are there other types?
The way that I recognized the entity that he showed me is that there's a picture of me that was taken about 10 years ago through, they call it Kirlian photography, where you have many colors around your aura. And you see around my aura all the colors, and you see this entity behind me. Huge, they're big. And it's very clear. I don't have that picture to show the audience, but it is one of these type of entities. And they cannot penetrate our force field, our light field. So I'm not afraid of them, neither is James. We are all bombarded by these entities, but the light is greater and the legions of light are greater.
All right. Why do you think this entity appeared to James at his home at the time he was videotaping an introduction to your YouTube show?
This was told to me was that there was going to be a discussion that I needed to put publicly regarding the Bible code. And I was in a trance state, given the information on the Bible code, where James was videotaping this YouTube. he was going through some old versions of other YouTubes when he noticed the entity. And this entity wanted to disturb him by what you have seen on this videotape. If you look at it over and over again, you will see the entity's hand trying to touch him. And you will see the expression on his face where he's actually being disturbed by this entity, but he cannot hurt him. And he continued doing, and he did fulfill the YouTube, and it is out there on the Bible Code.
Good.
Yes.
It's also getting the most hits of anything on YouTube that we put out there.
I guess.
The Bible Code one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is causing a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did James and you do with this video of the entity that was captured?
Well, basically, the first thing I suggested to James was, you have to allow the public to know that these beings do exist. Besides the angelic realm, there's other entities that exist and come in and out from different vortexes. And this for us was important. He put it on YouTube, and we try to get a hold of Coast to Coast AM, and we're trying to get some response from them as well.
That would be excellent. There's millions and millions of people listening to that.
It is real. It's not someone's hand behind him doing this. And most viewers believe that this is someone's hand behind him. No, this entity is huge. It has mass. That's why they think this is a shadow entity. It is not a shadow entity. It is of another alien race, interdimensional.
All right.
When I first saw it, I was awestruck. I had no idea, so I had to take it to Alma to find out what it was, and you know, I figured she'd know. And then we compared notes on the picture she had. I just wanted to add that.
Yes.
How did you feel about that experience?
It was it was something new for me, you know. So I didn't know what to feel, but I wasn't scared. I wasn't afraid, you know. Some reason I didn't care. I mean, I cared, but I wasn't afraid.
Earlier you said you're flabbergasted.
Yeah, flabbergasted. That's the key. That's the key word there. Yeah.
Because it cannot harm him. It cannot harm anyone that has light.
Yeah. I was just amazed it was there. You know, what's it doing there? That was my big question.
Why me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was the channeled information given by your spiritual cosmic guides helpful?
It was extremely helpful, not only for myself and James, but it will be helpful for the public, knowing that there are other legions of light, of benevolent forces besides these, which are not of the best intentions. And these ones here will be acting upon the human race to create a lot of havoc. They will take away your energy. And these are the ones that will cause you to do harm. These will be the ones that will manifest all these unbalanced energies on the planet that are creating so much turbulence and the transition. They don't want a new era. They don't want this transition to take over. So we have to work with our light and with our love and respect each and every one of us, regardless of our differences.
What do you think would have happened if you had asked the entity where it was from? Or did it tell you?
No, no. The only thing that you heard here was the channeled information that came through was from a being of light, and they are basically representatives of the councils of light. And at this moment they would want to speak to the audience, to the public. And I don't believe that they are ready at this time at your show. But there's a lot of information pertaining to them.
This information that you received, do you feel like it was beneficial for you and James both?
For me, yes, because it's verification of the entities that are around my pictures and the information that is going public now. They want to come through. I am not going to allow them to come through because it is not the time for the public to know. So our blessings goes for the human race to have positive thoughts and to have also unconditional love in their hearts to unite as one human race. Save the planet, save the human race.
Now, the dynamite question I have to ask here. Is the entity still hanging around and still in your home, James?
Well, I have had the experience of it, seeing it actually another time, if it was the same entity, you know, and we believe it was. I was actually coming down the hallway in my house, and it passed me, going just like this. It's really fast, just that fast. But you know, you catch it with your eyes and you follow it, and it's gone. You know, but that was a kind of weird, and that was way before I actually filmed the entity, right? Way before. So I'm kind of in agreement with her that there must be a portal in my house for these kind of entities to come through, because I don't think they can come through just anywhere. I think there has to be a portal of some sort. Maybe a portal was created there. I think I have a whole bunch of portals in my house.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've tried energy fields in his office, and it goes crazy in the area that this entity was on the side of him. The same as what you would find in crop circles after they're made, and you have the researchers go and they take special instruments and they realize the energy is left behind. There's still energy in that office. So they do enter.
I did a painting years back, a large painting of the 3 pyramids. It was all beautiful oranges, and it ended up in my daughter's bedroom on the wall. It started being a portal.
Yes.
She started having entities coming in her room. They were keeping her awake all night, to where she finally decided to turn the painting around and put a towel over it so she didn't have that happen anymore. Yes. Because that painting was working as a portal in her apartment.
And she knew that.
Yes, she did know that.
Amazing.
She's very aware of a lot of things.
We have tried by various means to work first in the apartment to clear all the negativity and the entities by various spiritual methods, shamanic methods. And the explanation is this: when you're dealing with alien forces or interdimensional entities, they do not respect our spiritual telling them in any form, in a spiritual way, to be released in the name of our higher force of which you believe. So for them, this would not work. For these types of entities, is basically intelligence and show no fear. That is the main thing. Show no fear. Once you show no fear, they will not waste their time anymore. They may go in and out, but they cannot harm anyone that's there in their presence. They cannot influence us.
I'm sure that makes James feel a lot better about living in his house.
Yes.
Did you have anything happening before all of this that was a little bit unusual, James?
I've had many things happen in my life, but we don't have the time to go into that right now. It's a lot of things happen.
Same here.
I seem to be a magnet for that kind of, you know, not that I'm bragging or complaining, I'm just saying that it just happens. I think I'm open to that sort of thing.
Well, you're accepting, and that has to be, or else it wouldn't show up like it did.
Yeah, this is the only time in my life I've actually have living proof, in film anyway, that something exists out there besides just us in the same room that's a different type of energy.
Have you had anything show up any of your photographs that you've taken?
Recently we have orbs, a lot of orbs, and we have also photographed what we think is a wormhole in space. You know, at a party we were at Doris's house over here.
October the 13th.
October the 13th, and there's supposed to be a lot of UFOs seen then. And yeah, we saw quite a few unusual and strange things. We could do a whole show on that. I'm quite sure.
Next time around.
Yeah.
We have evidence. We captured important evidence of October the 13th.
Okay. Well, do you have a favorite story you would like to tell in 1 minute? Then we're going to have to close the show down.
Basically, yes. Before this entity was captured accidentally on his video camera, we had several incidents in his home where I was visiting him, and he had already done several YouTubes, and we were influenced in some ways in a negative way until we realized what this entity was trying to do with us. as a friend, as a companion. So they do work against humans to change their thought patterns. So they kind of cause a little strife and tribulation in the human race. So they did affect us.
I met a man when I lived in Oregon, and he appeared in the Portland, Oregon TV's cable station with myself and the person that ran the show. He even drew pictures of the entity that came and abducted him and took him up in his spaceship. And for a long time he said he thought he just dreamed it.
So many people are having these experiences. They believe they're in their dream states. But in reality, more and more are seeking psychological help. So I'm hoping the audience will get to see the YouTubes and go over it.
All right. Well, thank you both very much for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
But just a few seconds left. I want to thank our crew for helping us this evening. And keep watching. There's more to come. On our next show, we're going to talk about the astrological things that are happening. They're very powerful with the large planets of Uranus and Neptune switching to signs that they haven't been in for years and years and years and years. Neptune is actually going into the sign of Pisces this month, and Uranus already went into a different sign last month as it went into Pisces. So keep looking. We have a lot of things to talk about and to share. And I could tell about my UFO experience, except I don't remember going anywhere. I just saw them. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.
Thank you for having us, Doris.